First of all, be safe. Don't go out if it is not required. Uh, Lockdown is not there, but still, it is not safe to go out at this point of time. Everywhere it is spreading, so please take care of that part. Second thing, thank you that channel reached 100 subscribers. It's pretty slow, but it's okay. And now come to the topic. So, today we are going to talk about how we reached up to the Agile and what we are doing in that. So, what I remember some 10 years back, we used to do something called RUP, Rational Unified Process. But even before that in college, we heard and read something about waterfall model. So by the time I came into job, which was 2007, the company I was working in and the team I was working in was not using waterfall. Rather, it was using RUP. But let's start with waterfall. So what happens in waterfall? Waterfall is a model which is very straightforward. You need something, you need to know what do you need. You probably need to plan how do you want to get it. Then probably you need to work on getting it. Then you will check whether things are working not, and then you are using it. Basically, that is how is the story of when we try to get something. Similarly, is the pattern of waterfall. What happens in that is we start with requirement analysis, then we move to design, then implementation, testing, and then maintenance. And each of these stages used to be sequential, not one exactly one after another, but sequential. You cannot start testing before construction, or you know construction before design. There might be some overlap, but if it is not like this, it is not like this. Certainly it is not like this. So that is not happening. And the cycle used to be longer, say 3 months of requirement analysis, 3 months of design, then probably 6 months of development, then probably 3 months of testing. So the whole span would cross somewhere 1 year, 2 years, and then you will get something which goes to production, right? This is how it used to be. Then came the RUP. So there used to be a company called Rational, and it had a suite of products for software engineering, and uh, it used it used to be called Rational Suite or something. It had a tool called Rational Rows for requirement analysis, Rational Robot J for testing, automated testing. The things which we do now in Selenium and all was the part of that thing. So Rational came up with this process called RUP. Eventually, Rational got bought by IBM. So everything runs into IBM. But it was the Rational idea. And how RUP was? RUP had 4 stages again: um, inception, elaboration, construction, and transition. So, similar, inception is basically about requirement, what I want to do. Elaboration is mostly about architecture and design. Construction is uh, about development and testing. And a transition is when you move it to production, right? So, this started happening, and the cycle was little smaller. It's still not like agile 2 weeks and all those things. It used to be an year or something, like 6 months, 9 months kind of thing, but not as long as waterfall. So I remember when I joined my company, first company, we were 11 guys, and I was asked to join the version, I guess, 8.3 of that particular software, and I was in the development team of 8.3, and 8.2 UAT was going on. So rest 10 of my colleagues, my batchmates, were kept into the UAT defect fixing team, and I was in the 8.3 development team. So as a fresher, I felt I am special, and after 2 days, 2 weeks, I guess. I was asked to join back the A.8.2 UAT team, and I felt that I got demoted. And I went and asked my manager, am I getting demoted?" She was like, "No, no, no, it is not demotion. We have a few UAT bugs which are to be fixed, and that's why we need more people to get that thing done. And we need less strength in the 8.3 development." So at that point of time, truly speaking, I could not understand this software life cycles and those things. But I had a kind of doubt in my heart that maybe I have screwed up something, and that's why I got demoted. But eventually I got to know that there's a lot of work in that defect fixing thing. We were fresher, like the newly joined team member. We used to be given one defect per day to be fixed. So then I understood that there are two versions are running in parallel, but the team is splitted accordingly. Post that, when I came to, and we had so much of fun with that. We used to call it as inception, elaboration, construction, and destruction. Happens. Happens with agile also. So post that, I changed my company, came to a new company where I work, uh, and we were doing iterative RUP basically. We used to have wave 1, wave 2 kind of thing. So those waves were again not so longer, say 3 to 4 months. Within 4 months we'll finish one wave, and then something like that, new wave would come and you will have to do. And the whole team knows their work, uh, that they need to deliver these functionalities. Nothing like Scrum, okay, but we knew what to be delivered, and we were working on those items. During that time, it is somewhere around 2010 end or maybe 2011 mid, our team got introduced to Agile, Scrum. Actually, our client asked us that we will go Agile way, and then came that 2 week sprint and things like that. And it was not pure implementation of Agile. We were just given that in 2 weeks we need to, now the things which were um, continuously coming, suddenly it had a scope that in 2 weeks I need to finish this much. So that's where it was a change. And any change, when it comes and hits a team of say 600 people, it'll have all kind of weird reactions, actions, frustrations, fun. So we started calling it as, instead of agile, we started calling it as fragile. That ये काम नहीं करेगा, this will not work. And eventually things turned up, but initially it was a major, like, how come we can deliver it like this, and sometimes we felt that we are slowing down because of that thing. So that was my first experience with the agile. Next happened, I joined another team. Now I was told that this particular team uses pure agile, pure scrum. I was like, what's so pure and unpure about agile and all? Now I got to know that they properly sit for one day in the first day of the sprint, and they decide and they give those marks, 0 pointer, half pointer, 1 pointer, and plan that, this is the amount of the task, and this used to be the amount of people are available. If somebody on these 2 weeks are taking leave or something like that, on that, once it happened, people were asking like, what is your plan, what is your plan? And when it came to me, I was a developer that time. When it came to me, what is your plan, I told, I'll be late. So yeah, so I used to reach office a little late than anyone else, but yeah, that's a different thing. So they used to plan, and there used to be planning, and they properly one day dedicated for planning, and that was pretty boring for a person who was coming from a rigorous development schedule, like day in day out we were coding. And even in our scrum, If something comes up, we will take it and we will finish it mostly in most of the cases until unless it is too much. So in the sprint, probably on the eighth day also, there's a possibility a change may come in. Okay, so that is kind of very well possible. So what happened is I got habituated of that new practice of pure agile, and again the thing happened which still happens. I felt that I can do more than this. Uh, what I am doing in the given pattern and the practice. So I felt it is slowing me down basically, but there was a structure and you need to follow the structure and the process and all those things, and that's how was my pure agile experience. We used to have retrospective meetings after you know um, each sprint, but now when I look into agile, it does make sense that what we are trying to do is that we are, and why did it come? First of all, it came because in the competitive business, let's talk about business, not technology. It's all because of business. All the technology is because of business. So business says that I cannot wait for 1.5 years or 6 months or 9 months to get my product out. I want something which I can ship quickly, basically. Even if a small piece, I want to ship it as soon as possible. That's where Agile came in, that we will start delivering faster. We'll take small work, we'll finish it, we'll deliver it. That's the promise of Agile. It also says no need to do a huge amount of development. I remember in my first project, there used to be a document called Plan for Planning. It was CMMI level 5 company, and when I heard first time the document called Plan for Planning, I was like shocked. But so in Agile also came up with the concept that not much documentation, minimalistic required documentation. So yeah, those were the promises of Agile. But when when business says that I want it faster, Agile says that I can manage it in a way that you get it faster, right? Um, we'll take small stories, we will develop them, test them, and then demo it and deliver it. So that is the promise and that is the process. But eventually, I felt like people are exploiting the concept. There are ways we are basically killing our productivity because we are more focused on the rules and the ideas given by Agile, and we are so focused on the how part of Agile that we are not looking at the why part of Agile. The why part of the Agile, the intent with which it started, the core idea that we would deliver faster. Now, if you say that I will have to do it in a way that in a sprint, no matter what in the world, at the name of process, I would not take a change when the sprint is running. It is not a good idea. I agree that people might come up in the mid of the sprint and load you with the work, which is bad. But there are situations when you need to deliver what you need to deliver. Else, what you are doing in this sprint might get, you know, extended to the next sprint. Then the whole purpose of Agile is, getting defeated. But I am again saying it is not to be exploited in any way, neither by loading a lot of work, nor by denying all the work. We need to be calculatively taking a decision that what we can do. So this is how we eventually grew from 1.5 years cycle to say 6 months, 9 months cycle to now. We say 2 weeks, nothing goes into 2 weeks in general, but in product companies maybe, but in service companies nothing goes into production in 2 weeks. But yeah, very short cycle, say 1 month, 1.5 months. You know, so this was the whole journey, and there was a lot of experience going up and down, and probably new wave of project management would come Even I am thinking something about which I am thinking to call it as micro agile, like microservices. Why not? And it makes more sense to me than the current agile and scrum. And one more thing, agile is not limited to scrum. It has XP, it has Kanban, so those are all part of agile, right? But in most of the cases, in most of the software development processes, we are using scrum. So again, mostly it looks like that agile is equal to scrum. That is not the case. Okay, so this is the story of agile which happened during the years. And you might find few videos agile is dead and all those things, because one of the creator of agile started talking about agile is dead, not because agile is dead, but because how agile is being used, and its purpose is dead. So that's the thing. Post this, probably I would come up with something on DevOps, and let's see, we'll talk on that. Thank you.